Hey everyone, this is Uthris, and welcome to some Sims 4. I'm doing this as a test for a couple reasons. One, it's another game that we can do some building in, and I was just curious if you guys would be interested in seeing me work some magic in this game. I haven't done much in Sims 4, so I'm gonna be a little slow in the beginning for sure. And then also, I have a friend who owns a coffee shop, and I said that I would make his coffee shop in a game. And so I'm going to do my best in doing so. And I figured it would be a good test build for what we are going to be, I guess, just trying out for now. Where's the foundation tool? I need a foundation. So, this is just going to be a small coffee shop build. Hopefully it'll look okay. Why? Oh, so it's based off the actual room? I can't just build a foundation? That's different. Okay. So I'm going to be trying to base this as much as possible in terms of scale on the real thing, and it might work, it might not work. It's gonna be pretty challenging, I think, to get everything to look exactly right. And then we need a door here. Is there a type of all glass door? Yeah, something like that. So this is kind of the front facade of the building. And then let's see, how wide is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 blocks wide, so I'm gonna make it 6 this way initially. And how do I change my view? To just the foundation. Thank you. So yeah, I'm going to be pretty rusty at this. I haven't played a Sims game in a while. I've been sitting on this one since it came out. I really didn't do much with it, if at all. Let's put it on a small foundation. Oh, not what I want. And so this area is actually the sitting area for the cafe. And then it goes pretty much straight back into the cooking and a little bit more of a seating area. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 sounds right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll have seating, some additional seating, and this is where the start of the bathroom will be. If I can get it to fit in this area, that would be nice. I don't know if I can. It's definitely kind of ending up bigger than I thought it would be. To be honest, this scale is working out okay, really. I'm kind of surprised at that. I'm going to try to make it a little bit bigger in that sense. And how do I rotate camera in this? There we go. It goes out into an outside area. And he said he wanted to see... Let's see... What is this? Does that have walls on it? I can't even tell. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Nope. Okay, yeah. So he's building a patio out back here in the next couple months. He actually just got funding for it. And so I am trying to get kind of a visual representation of what it could look like for him. So currently, I think this is a good summary of what his shop looks like, at least from a generic building perspective. Let's see. I think this has a double window or something like that. Not 100% sure. What about this? No, that's not quite right. This? No. I would show you guys some reference pictures, but I don't really have any on hand. Wow, why am I getting that weird glitch there? Bulldozer tool, where is the bulldozer tool or hand tool to get rid of this thing? I know in Sims, this new Sims, you can actually just scale up a window. I don't know how to do that. Pitch up. Pitch down, no. Oh, there it is. No, this isn't scaling at all. This is just different sizes of windows. Why are you not helping me out, game? So yeah, I think the back end currently looks something like this. Could be a little wrong on that. And then also it has a solid back door. So that would be this right here. And I believe he wants it to go directly onto the new patio, which will end up being kind of a new multi-storied structure. I don't know if he wanted to get rid of the windows or not. And I know he wanted this to be kind of a plant garden with a bunch of herbs and things like that. But let's go ahead and try and get some furnishing in so I can at least test that out. Let's go with comfort. We need a sofa that kind of matches what he has in there. Oh boy. Oh, this is actually pretty close. Can I rotate this well enough? So he has a sofa kind of as a natural wall here, and then also table, comfort, no, surfaces? A table in front of it is an oval, and I don't know if we have one like that. I mean, there's this, but it's too modern. His stuff is very rustic, and it's basically, the motto is one big living room, is what he's going for. I don't know what I'm looking for exactly. I think this is probably the closest thing in terms of aesthetics. Okay, that's not a coffee table. Let's find an actual coffee table. Okay, that's not bad. And in fact, I'm getting really distracted because I'm kind of slightly overwhelmed by what's going on. We need a good tile floor for everything. Might actually be a linoleum floor throughout the place. And then we need wooden for the deck. That looks pretty cool. Wallpaper wise, it's very eccentric. So it's got, that actually is kind of close. We got something like this. So we've got a red wall that turns into a green or a yellow wall. Which is very, very interesting. Can I get more green than that? There we go. That's a little bit closer. And then he also has a section that turns yellow. Something like that. Obviously the lighting isn't quite there yet, so we kind of can't see what's going on exactly. And then I think the kitchen area is just plain kind of wallpaper. If I can find something that's plain enough. Let's just change the color of this to a nice neutral gray. And then same with the bathroom. I'm gonna bring the walls up just so I can see what I'm looking at here. Is there no eyedropper tool? Really? Eyedropper tool anywhere? No. That's fine. I'll just find the thing again. And then I'm going to have to build his counter space to represent where he's cooking and serving his coffee. How much time we got? This is actually going fairly quick, which is nice. It's got kind of an older style look for sure. It's a very, as I said, eccentric look to things. I need... Is there any type of display? Storage? No. 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 Decoration. He does have like fireplace heaters and things, but they're definitely not a full fireplace, so I don't think I can fit that in there at all. Plumbing? No. Surfaces again. Basically, I'm looking for something that can serve as a counter to take orders at. Maybe... Okay, there we go. We're looking at kitchen now for sure. I don't know what I want for this. This is very interesting. To try and go through everything. I don't know where everything is. Oh shoot, come on. Just go through the full scroll wheel here just to see if anything jumps out. I do have move objects on, so I might be able to combine items here to try and get what I'm going for. So that's pretty accurate, and then also there would be a stove top in it. A pretty basic one. Just so we can get cooking done. And this is kind of a prep table. And then I guess we'll have to try and match this color again. I really wish I knew what the eyedropper tool was. I feel really stupid if I'm like looking right at it. but Nat seeing it, you know? This would normally be like display of food, but I can't really find what I'm looking for in that sense either. And he has an open fridge right there. See if I can't get this a little bit more flush by holding Alt. Auto counters is on. I don't know what that means. Let's mix this up just a little bit more. Try and get just a different surface going. That looks pretty cool. This is gonna take much longer than I thought now. It's very kind of complicated. And the amount of detail you can get now with the move object sheet working. And this section is going to need a archway. That is what is there. Archway. Something like that? No. It's kind of more of a narrow one. Yeah. Like that. That looks pretty right. And then if we go to kitchen appliances, find the fanciest coffee making machine there is. Ugh. Just move objects not work on items like this? I guess not. I guess they are still bound to their specific snap point. That's very interesting. And then we need to have some things locked, I guess, because why is this? Oh, does this require a double tall ceiling or something? Why is that so low? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing at all. Then let's do a fruit basket. I wish I could put it on top of the stove there. That'd be pretty nice, but I guess not. Condiments too. Put that there and scroll down. Is there anything, just a grouping of cups or something of that sort? I don't think so. Give it a smoke alarm. And I think what I should do is actually skip here just to the end. This is taking a lot longer than I thought, but I still need to get this done. So give me a little bit and I'll show you what it finally looks like. And it is part of a row of shops, so that's why I'm not really worried about windows on these sides as well. So it's just kind of a single story nestled into a complex of buildings. So yeah, I'll be right back. Alright everyone, so I'm going to give you a quick tour. I threw in a bunch of furniture and details. I was trying to make it as cluttered as possible because his shop is very much just people give him things and he just puts them up on the wall and he just collects things, and it feels very lived in, which is a very nice effect, I think, for the coffee shop. So from the street, it looks something like this. Kind of wish there was a way for me to hide the UI. I don't know if I can. I don't think I can. Okay. At least not that I know of. Let me just try and get rid of most of it. There we go. So from the street, it looks something like this. There would be a sidewalk here, but I am too lazy to do that right now. You enter through this door, and we can go ahead in, I believe. So we'll just go ahead through the wall. It is a fairly cluttered space, which is very nice. It is how it looks in real life. There's a bunch of paintings on the wall. He does sell art at his store, so I try to represent that throughout. I can't really match the exact decor, of course, because of just I'm using in-game assets here instead of what's actually there, but I'm trying to match it as best as I can. Plenty of sitting areas. It's a nice little coffee shop kind of vibe. More paintings on the walls. He's got plenty of shelvings. I wish I could actually put items on these, because there should be some items on here like statues and figurines. A little sidebar. It does stick through the wall in the save, but I'm worried about the interior, not the exterior, because technically there would be another shop just slapped on to the next building over. He has kind of a nice display rack going full of things. You can see through if he's like cooking behind this. He's got plenty of menus up on the walls. His fridge to get some different types of just meals. More seating. He would have a laptop here, so let me just throw that down. Computer. And if I can't, just put that there. At least for now. Some extra furniture, bookcases, more clutter, and things leading out to the back entryway. The bathroom, of course, is through this door. I'm trying to keep the angle low, just so you guys can see kind of more of a realistic view. It's just got a simple toilet, bed, and sink. And then back here is kind of the kitchen area, which things got moved around apparently, so I need to drag this back out. There we go. You know, dishes, things like that would be done back here. Everything's hand washed in his place just because it is a small shop. Here is where he would do his cooking. He doesn't have a full stove, he just has a part of basically a hot plate, but to get that effect I just kind of merged the stove into it. A little cookie jar. Some extra mugs, a coffee maker, of course, and this whole counter would be covered with mugs and cups, but I don't have anything like that. And then same thing with this here. This would actually have his cash register, but I don't have that. I might get the expansion for open for business and see if I can't expand on some of my decorations. At the back, we have a back deck, some covered tables, some chairs, and small sofas, and just a back gravel lot down a staircase, and that's pretty much it when it comes to his store. I think I captured at least the feeling of it fairly well. It's not exactly perfect, but for what I had, and from mostly memory, I believe this is it. So, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments below, and like, dislike, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next episode. Also, you know, if you want to see more Sims 4, I can do that, and you know, it was pretty fun doing a lot of the details. It did rack up pretty long in terms of time to just kind of throw everything around and stumble my way through the menus because it has been a while. Alright, see you guys in the next episode.